This is Cutting Down the Nets, January 12th. It is Wednesday, and the schneid is over. Coming off a 6-1 day, where the lone loss is USC after getting 3 points, closing value. But we will take 6-1. Man, it feels good to windmill college basketball after just a rough stretch there for about 4 or 5 days. It happens. There's ups and downs to the season. May we're going up. May we're coming right back down. Not sure. But with me, you get accountability. Track every play on BetStamp. Full transparency. I own the L's. I don't get too high with the W's. And for the year, we've played 495 games at a 55.8% clip. What we do is we run a model based on adjusted offensive and defensive efficiencies. We mash those up, comparing to the national averages, and we get a point spread. And we then compare that point spread, that we call Patty, to the current lines available. We highlight anything that shows value, and then we dig into those matchups to identify any risk with the matchups to either pass on the game or reaffirm the bet. So let's get right to the Wednesday slate. We start off with the danger zone. You really want to bet against Villanova? Tough one. Villanova at Xavier. Patty has Xavier by 5 as the home team. Torvik has them by 2. Ken Pom favors Villanova slightly, and Xavier's getting a 1.5. Shot quality has Xavier 15th overall, 20th on offense, 18th on defense. Villanova 10th overall, 7th on offense, 32 on defense. The only real matchup concern here, and it is a concern, is Xavier taking care of the basketball. But having that much variance between the spread, it's not enough for me to pass on this game. So I will be taking Xavier and the points. If for whatever reason Xavier's favored, man, these games have been weird. Like, I bet Auburn pretty quickly because I thought I'd have to lay points with them if I didn't, and ended up getting a +3. This could be the same situation, but Xavier's at home. I don't know, but really a buzz around Villanova after a slow start. So anything's possible. I'm fine with the number as it is. I can't control what people do. I don't think that it would move in Nova's favor, so I am fine with X plus 1.5. Memphis UCF was a close one here, and it's something to monitor if the line moves. That's why I'm highlighting it. So if it got to Memphis -3, meaning UCF was getting a full possession at home, I'd maybe. Memphis's defense is better than the profile showing, and the profile is what makes them show up as a slight dog here. There's just been 3 big 3-point games that Memphis has allowed on defense. It's kind of throwing their stuff off. So really want to pass on that game. It would have to be significant line movement to convince me otherwise. If you're watching this and have questions on any games that I'm kind of flying through or want me to give my take on, just throw it in the comments. Happy to respond to anything. All right, we got St. John's at UConn. So this is purely a number play, and these are dangerous. Sweated a couple of these today. I had Iowa State plus a big number against Kansas, and it looks good, and all of a sudden they're down 6, and then down 8, and it's man, stealing a 3 in this thing is in the danger zone. So I do like the number when you compare it to Torvik, Ken Pom, and my own data. UConn is at full strength finally. They're probably going to eat on the offensive glass. This is a tough one, but I see enough there that they're in my pool, and if I'm going to bet it, I feel like I need to bet it. It just depends if UConn gets steamed a little bit as the buzz around them being healthy and at full strength catches some attention. Minnesota, Michigan State is showing up here. Man, it's tough to back the Gophers right now. I think they're finally starting to regress on their 3-point defense, and then they have major rebounding concerns in this game. So I need more out of Minnesota. I've lost two fairly close covers with them in the last couple weeks, and yeah, not really keen to jump on them here. Tulane and Wichita State. This is a fair line at 8.5. Wichita's defense remains consistent. Their offense, not so much. I think Tulane can force enough jump shots here. And yeah, I think, I don't know, 3 possessions for a Wichita State team. I don't know. They're streaky, though. They're a streaky team. But I'm fine backing the wave there. St. Joe's in Rhode Island. If you look at St. Joe's shot quality profile, it is tough to trust. And yeah, I'm not going to take a chance on them in this spot, but there could be some shots down the road on St. Joe's. Duquesne and Fordham, this is kind of a weird one. Opened with Fordham as a slight favorite and then shot to the Duquesne side. Digging into shot quality, nothing really stands out here. Dukes are 168 overall, Fordham's 142. Duke's 179 offense versus a 111 defense, and the Rams a 188 offense versus a 135 defense. When you look at turnovers, rebounding, free throw rate, shot selection, everything's pretty close here. Fordham is a higher variance team as they shoot far more three-pointers than the Dukes. Dukes are a young team. It's a home game for Fordham. I have no interest in laying points here, but getting 2, sure. Good enough for me. Longwood at Radford. This is major discrepancy in shot quality here. Longwood 125th overall, Radford 270th, and 119-0 for Longwood against a 232 D for Radford, and similar discrepancies on the Radford offensive side of the ball. The pause here. Longwood's last D1 game was December 22nd. That's a long time ago. They did play a non-D1 opponent. Since then, shot very well. So I'm fine here, but that does give me a little bit of pause. Stony Brook in Vermont showing as a moderate play here. Vermont seems to be rounding into form. They really shot the ball poorly early on and have kind of found their touch in the last 6 to 8 games. Not enough to kind of close that gap there where it's still shown as a play, but enough for me after digging in to say no thank you. These last 3 are thin, but I think they're worth covering, and I will be monitoring them. Tennessee Martin at Morehead State. Morehead State plays extremely slow. Tennessee Martin pushes the pace a little more. So this is thin, but this is probably too many points. I think the line could go up, though. It'd be nice to get like a 15.5 or something if I played that. So not in a hurry on that one. Gardner-Webb shooting over their skis a little bit, raising their profile, but Presbyterian's going to have some major offensive issues in this game. And if I'm going to lay points, I like doing that against a team that has trouble scoring. Maine and New Hampshire, anytime Maine shows up, it's more a play against Maine than whoever you're betting on. And in this case, don't know if New Hampshire is strong enough. I'm expecting about 63 possessions in this game, and that certainly doesn't help. So some elite grinding, but Maine is the nut low. So take that for what you will. So what I'm really looking at for a pool here, Xavier getting points. St. John's with a number that I think is just a little too big. If that came down below 10, I'd be out. So if you're watching this and it's single digits, I'd pass on that one. Tulane, 8.5. Ken Palm is 9, so I'll wait on that. Fordham, weird line movement. Can't find anything unusual about personnel. Could be wrong. Might have to bet my way out of it if I'm drastically wrong. And then Longwood looks good. Long layoff, but significant edges in shot quality. So it's good to be back on track. Trust the process. You can only control the bets you're making, and sometimes those results make perfect sense. Had Auburn blowing the 14-point lead today, I don't know. Were you wrong? I don't know. It's a tough game. It could be high variance at time, especially in Auburn, Alabama game. That's a high variance game, but feels good to get out 6-1 after a couple frustrating performances. So we're getting back on track, and we haven't even hit the juicy part of the season. So this is Cutting Down Nets. Thanks for stopping by.